What would you do if you were stranded on an island? It's a question that may seem far-fetched until the unexpected happens. Suddenly, your survival skills become the difference between despair and hope. In this scenario, 4 key tasks can make a significant difference: building a shelter, finding food and water, fishing, and creating escape signals. The shelter is your home away from home. It's your refuge against the elements and a place to rest. Finding food and water is next on your list. It's a hunt for sustenance, the fuel to keep you going. Fishing is a skill that can provide a constant source of food once you master it. And finally, creating escape signals. These are your lifelines, your calls for help to the outside world. These tasks may seem daunting, but remember, every survival story begins with a single step. So let's find out how you can turn this challenging situation into a survival adventure. First things first, you need a place to live, right? So, how do you build a shelter on an island? Let's dive right into it, starting with the basics. You'll need leaves, branches, and vines. These are the building blocks of your new home. The branches will serve as your foundation, while the leaves and vines will be your walls and roof. Now, before you start throwing branches together, you need to choose a location for your shelter. This is crucial. Look for a spot that's raised from the ground to avoid flooding. Also, it should be away from large trees to avoid falling branches. Once you've found your spot, it's time to start building. Lay your thickest branches down first, angling them towards each other to form a triangular base. Then, layer more branches on top, creating a framework for your shelter. Next up, we have the walls and roof. This is where the leaves and vines come in. Weave the vines between the branches, creating a net-like structure. Then, layer the leaves on top, making sure to overlap them to create a waterproof barrier. Remember, survival is about endurance, not comfort. Your shelter doesn't need to be a 5-star hotel. It just needs to keep you safe from the elements. Lastly, always remember to maintain your shelter. The weather on an island can be unpredictable, and you'll have to reinforce your shelter from time to time. And there you have it, your very own island home. Now that you have a roof over your head, your next priority is food and water. On an island, nature offers up a buffet of options, but knowing what's safe to eat is vital. Edible plants and fruits are your best bet. Coconuts, for instance, are a treasure trove of nutrition, providing hydration, food, and even materials for tools. But remember, not all brightly colored fruits are your friends. Some may be poisonous. Do your research beforehand or stick to what you know is definitely safe. Besides fruits and plants, insects can be a protein-rich source of food. Not the most appetizing thought, but when survival's at stake, you might be surprised at what you can stomach. Again, stick to what's safe. Avoid brightly colored insects or those with a strong odor. Water, though, is your top priority. It's the one thing you can't go without for more than a few days. Find a source of fresh water if you can. Streams or water collected from leaves after a rain are good options. But remember, even the clearest water can harbor invisible dangers. Boil the water if possible to kill any bacteria or parasites. Conserve water whenever you can. It's a precious resource that might not always be readily available. And don't forget to keep yourself nourished. Even if you're not feeling particularly hungry, your body needs fuel to keep going. Remember, staying hydrated and nourished is key to your survival. Hungry for some protein? Let's talk about fishing. On an island, the ocean is your supermarket, generously stocked with all kinds of fish. But to get to them, you'll need the right tools and techniques. First, let's craft a fishing spear by using island resources. Look for a long, straight, and sturdy branch, preferably one that's about as tall as you. Sharpen one end of the branch into a point using a rock. If you can, split the pointed end into 2 or 3 prongs. This gives you a better chance at catching a fish. You've just created your very own fishing spear. Now let's discuss spear fishing. It's all about patience, precision, and timing. Stand still in shallow water and wait for a fish to come within range. When it does, thrust your spear quickly and accurately. Remember, fish are faster than they appear, and water refracts light, making them seem closer than they really are. Apart from spearfishing, there are other methods like creating a fish trap. You can build a simple trap using rocks or sticks, forming a circle with a small opening. The fish swim in, but they can't find their way out. Leave the trap overnight, and you might wake up to a nice surprise. With a bit of patience, you'll have a fresh catch in no time. While surviving is crucial, your ultimate goal is to get rescued, and for that, you need to get noticed. Now let's talk about making your presence known. During the day, smoke signals are your best bet. Gather lots of green leaves and branches. Why green? Because they produce more smoke. Once your fire is going, add the greenery to it. This will create a thick, billowing smoke that can be seen for miles around. Remember to make 3 puffs of smoke at a time, as this is an internationally recognized distress signal. When night falls, a fire signal is your beacon in the darkness. Ensure your fire is big and bright, but under control. Position it in an open space where it's clearly visible from the sky. The glow of a fire can be seen from great distances and hopefully catch the attention of a passing ship or aircraft. And don't forget about ground signals. Large symbols traced in the sand or soil can be seen from the air. An SOS or a large triangle are universal distress signals. If you can, add some contrast, logs, rocks, or anything that stands out against the backdrop will do. With these signals, you increase your chances of being spotted and rescued. Remember, your goal is not just to survive, but to be found. So create those signals, stay hopeful, and keep your eyes on the skies. So, you've learned some crucial survival skills today. We've covered everything from building a sturdy island shelter using available resources, to foraging for food and water with a keen eye. We've also delved into the art of island fishing, using nothing more than what nature provides. And let's not forget, we've outlined how to create effective escape signals that can catch the eye of potential rescuers. Remember, survival is all about staying calm, staying smart, and using what you have at hand. Until next time, stay safe and adventurous.